Hello all. In this video we're going to look at an aspect of what we've already learned about list operations that we really haven't gotten into before. And that is the fact that we can use access operators and slicing operators to modify the contents of a list. We said in an earlier video, lists are mutable, they are changeable, and strings are not. So this is a place where you can do things with lists that you can't do at all with strings. If you try it, you'll get an error message. So there are a few new constructs here, specifically a construct for deleting an element from a list, but fundamentally we're just going to be using access and slicing as a way to change a list. I'm actually going to do this in the Python console because I think it's easier to see what's happening there. But you can do this in your scripts or your functions or any kind of Python code that you're writing. All right, so I'm going to define a new list here just for the sake of what we're doing. Okay, we have a list of numbers, 55, 22, 91, 103. We can ask about the length of nums. If I just type nums into the console, it'll tell me the value of nums so I can see the contents. What I'm going to do first is just to start changing values in the list. So we know we can access various positions. Suppose I want to change the 82 to a 28. It's a typo, it was supposed to be 28. I can figure out what position it's in. So 55 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can access it. So I can say nums bracket 4, nums sub 4 is how we often say this in computer science. And that's in fact 82. What I want to do is to change the list at that position. So what you do is you use a variable assignment. So we use the equal sign, but instead of just a variable on the left-hand side, we put an access expression. So I can say nums bracket 4 equals 28. And what this says to the computer is, I want to go into position 4 of the nums list and change its value to 28. And the computer says, okay. Did it do something? Well, let's take a look. We'll take a look at what nums is now. Look there. That position is in fact a 28 now and not an 82. It's a permanent change. It's done. We can't undo it. So you can change a single value in a list in this way. I can do really crazy things, like I could write a for loop. And this is a place where I really need to use this indexing version. The other version doesn't work. For I in range of the length of nums. And what I'm going to say is nums sub I equals nums sub I plus 10. I'm just going to add 10. And so this looks like our normal assignment that we've seen with variables. It's just that it's talking about a slot in the nums list, a position in the nums list, instead of just a variable by itself. So the ith position in nums, I'm going to look up the value. I'm going to add 10 to that, and then I'm going to write the result back into the nums list. So I run it, and it says, okay. And if I look at nums, sure enough, everything's had 10 added to it. So those are ways we can change individual values. You can actually modify even how many values are in a list by using the slice operator on the left-hand side. I'm not going to get too crazy with this. We're not going to use a step size. You can experiment with that. It probably does something kind of funny. But suppose that I want to change, say, the 91 to the 82. Those numbers are too big. I guess is now a 28. So maybe the 91 and the 103. They're too big. I want to make them smaller. So I'm going to say nums sub, well, 101 now, because I added 10 to it, 0, 1, 2. It's at position 2. And the next position is position 3, so I want to go up to position 4. And I can just change them to some new values. Nums 2 colon 4 equals 5 comma 15. The way to think about this is we're specifying a slice of the original list. And it's like you're chopping that section out of the original list and inserting the new value. So whatever was between 2 and 4 is gone, and 5 and 15 is taking its place. So you can look at that. It was 101 and 113. Now it's 5 and 15. That doesn't seem too crazy, but the fact is that Python doesn't actually care how much data there is in this slice compared to how much data there is over here. So if I wanted to get rid of that 56, which is at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's at position 5, 56. I want to just get it out of the list altogether and make the whole list shorter. I can say slice the list from 5 to 6 and set it equal to an empty list. Now my list is shorter. I just took a piece of data out. You can do that with whole sections of the list if you really want to. So I could say num sub 0 colon 3 equals 25. So now I'm taking 0, 1, and 2. I'm pulling them out, and I'm replacing them with a single value. So you can get kind of wild and crazy with this notation. That said, this kind of thing is something you do less often in Python than just using the slicing operators to access data in various ways. But it is something that is possible to do, and you should be aware of it. There's one other piece that I want to talk about, and that is nums has gotten kind of short. Maybe I should make it a little longer. So I'm going to go back in here and we'll just reset nums to what it was initially. Okay, now we have a nice long list to work with. There's an operator called del. And you say del, and then you list either a particular position or a slice, and the effect of it is to remove it from the list. So it's similar to what I did with that nums 5 bracket 6 equals empty list, except it's a little more direct. Oops. It's a little more direct. You just say del nums 5 colon 6, and it would do the same thing. So I'm going to try to remove the 91 from this list. So I'm going to say del nums 0, 1, 2. And if I look at nums, the value's gone. I can also do that with slices, del nums bracket 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 colon 6. And I got rid of the 46 and the 12. So del is a handy value to have. It's a handy operator to have. And it's special. It has a very special notation, right? It's not a function that we're calling. It's actually an operator that's built in. And you just say del and then some access to a list. And it will take it from there. Okay. This has been just to show you that there are ways, even with the tools we've already learned, to modify lists. In a future video, we will take a look at list methods, which also, most of them, modify the list as well. Because if you can change a list, why wouldn't you do it? And you'll see there's some fun and interesting and very useful methods that let us modify lists. And we'll take a look at those in the future. I will see you very soon.